Okay, so this is actually day 8, and today we're going to work on one of my favorite postures in this set. In that posture, just doing one hand at a time. This hand comes straight up the center line. Once the fingers cross the line of your forehead, the elbow begins to swing outwards so that we can keep our hand here. Necessary adjustment to the shoulder, and of course as we do this, the shoulder should be sinking. You can see my arms very, very relaxed and soft right now. So that kind of a movement, I'm twisting slightly to my left as my right arm is moving, and then as it goes up further, I twist back again until I'm in a centered position. So now my whole body is facing straight forward at the end of the movement. So that's the upward pathway, and on the descending pathway, the elbow leads, pulling the hand down. There's, again, a little bit of a twist. And then at the end of it, the hand still staying as much as you can on your center line. We're going to pivot through the elbow and the shoulder. The hand comes down with the palm facing the ground, the fingers pointing forward. So if we're using two hands, this hand would be above the head, not forward of the head at all, but right here, with the fingers pointing across, and the low hand is palm down with the fingers pointing forward. So that was right hand and left hand. Of course, it's the same pattern of movement. And as in other Qi Gong movements and Tai Chi, as my hand goes up, my chest should be sinking, going inwards and downwards very slightly. The more I go up, the more my chest should go down. So if you do have to focus on that to get it to happen, then just do that. Slow your movement down and do it as if you're training, and there's going to be a test tomorrow. Someone's going to touch you here and see, can you loosen this area as your arm goes up. If you can loosen this, probably your shoulder joint is starting to work pretty good again. And if not, well, just focus a little bit more and practice more, and eventually it will happen. So because we're using two hands in this posture, there's a very interesting phenomenon when we're in this position that I'll talk about in a moment. But for now, I want to give you an idea of having an elastic. It's a very large elastic that spans from this palm to this palm, and it's kind of on my body as I'm doing this. Because my hands are so close, that elastic would probably be on my torso. When I'm in this position, without tightening, I want to stretch into that elastic, making it as long as possible. And then I let the strength of the elastic bring my hands together. This should be about halfway point right now. And then of course we go to the other side. Okay, and I'll just do a few so you can see the posture in motion. So this position, my weight is pretty much 50-50. As I start to come down, I'm twisting to my right, and I'm putting just a touch more weight on my right side. When I start going up again, by the time that I'm straight, this is my front on this angle, and my hands are in their final position, and the weight, good enough for now, is 50-50. That's not 100% true, but we don't need to worry about that kind of detail just yet. So twisting to my right, to my left now, with my right hand going up. Now I've got slightly more weight on my left side, and then into final position. Okay, and just doing a few more. Like I said earlier, in the 8 Section Brocade, typically people repeat these movements 8 to 16 times. But of course you can do as many or as few as you wish. And another thing that I do frequently also is that I'll go very slow and maybe even pause at different parts of the movement, seeing if I can feel, if someone was resisting here slightly, would I have any strength coming down into my hand? And if I was being slightly held back here, would I have any strength going up? And how would I create that strength? We can't do it through contraction, we can't tighten or move locally to do that, so everything has to come from the hips and ground. So the interesting phenomenon that I mentioned earlier that occurs when we're in this position, doesn't matter which side, you already know because we've been talking about it in this set, that when any arm goes up, even an arm just doing something like that, or if we're doing push, that what happens is the chest sinks. So the opposite happens when you have a hand going down, is that the chest protrudes forward very slightly. So this posture, something unique is happening here, and that is that half of your chest is poking slightly forward and the other half of your chest is sunk. So you can touch yourself and feel this happening. It's quite a unique phenomenon, but entirely natural, and just a point of interest in how the body works, and a little bit counterintuitive for most people. Okay, so that's actually day 8, and I hope you enjoyed it. We started off this session, or this section of the 14-day challenge, the 8 section brocade section, and we did support the heavens. Just a quick reminder of how that one was done. The idea of a spring having all parts of the spring compressing equally at the same time. And then when you release a spring, not piecemeal, but again the entire spring releasing, everything moving together. That was the first one that we did. That was on day 6, and the second one that we did was bending the bow, key points, keeping the elbow down, keeping the hand open, a little bit of pressure, pushing the hand forward, not allowing this arm to go back, and vision towards the extended arm. So that was the second one that we did, and then the one today is this movement, which has got strength going in 2 directions that results in a really, really nice stretching open of the inside of your body. So here again, see, quite loose, but also a fairly strong stretch going on, but not giving in to tension and tightening anything. So that's it for today, and we'll see you soon to complete the rest of this beautiful set. Bye for now.